What's up, everybody? It's me, Johnny. Today I'm doing this video sort of by request. Actually, it is by request from a subscriber of mine named Remember the King. He asked me in one of my videos, I think it was the one when I found the last release I needed for Elvis to complete my collection. He asked me to make a video showing my favorite US titles. But I also decided to couple that with my top 10 list favorite songs of Elvis. But I kind of cheated. I made it a top 10 list for the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And I seen other people make top 10 lists. If I had to just make 10 songs of his whole career, that'd be impossible. Probably. I can't do that. So I have the list here. So I'm going to do the 50s, the 60s, and 70s. So here's my list. And I'm going to use visuals showing them. So Remember the King, my subscriber, this one's for you. And for everybody else who wants to watch this, so I'll show you my top 10 list. And some of these songs have, especially in the 70s, have a personal significance to me. So if I share some of my personal stories, forgive me. I'm not going to get all sappy on you. I'm just, there's just memories to some of these songs, actually. But they've been some of my favorite songs of Elvis for a while. So let's get to it. So I have visuals for the 50s. The first 1, 2, 3, 4 songs are from the Sun label. So I'm going to use this as a visual. So my first, and you know what? The top 10 list for all these, like from 1 to 10, it's not like from more like 10 to 1, like my least favorite to my favorite. It's not like that. These are just my favorite songs. But I'm trying to do them in order from when they were released, kind of. So I'm using this as a visual for this. I said 1, 2, 4 Sun songs are on my top 10 list. And those are That's Alright, Good Rockin' Tonight, Baby Let's Play House, and Mystery Train. Of course I chose That's Alright because That's Alright is, his first official professional recording released to the public. And he's only 18, 19 years old. This is a guy who would become king. You know what I'm saying? And his voice just sounds... It sounded like he didn't know what style to do, He just sounded so, I don't know, like it's innocent and young. It's like he just didn't know his style yet, I really think. But somehow it worked out for him, and it was a big hit around the South, especially. And the other 3, Good Rockin' Tonight, Baby Let's Play House, and Mystery Train. I think those are awesome examples of early rockabilly. Because people describe his stuff as rockabilly, and I think those are perfect examples, and they're great records. Good Rockin' Tonight, Baby Let's Play House. It's sort of like a sexual innuendo in that song. And Mystery Train, which is a cover from, I can't remember the artist's name right now, but that was a cover from another artist who I think was a part of the Sun label. So those are my first 4. That's Alright, Good Rockin' Tonight, Baby Let's Play House, and Mystery Train. And to show it, I'm showing my Boy from Tupelo box set containing all the Sun stuff and additional bonus stuff. So there you go. Alright, so next, it's only appropriate. Heartbreak Hotel. First single off RCA. It really was an odd choice, but somehow it worked. And it really is a great song, man. It's a very different feel. And it was a kind of fun fact I had of Heartbreak Hotel, but I can't really remember what it was. It was something about one of the songwriters. I think that songwriter is tied to Garth Brooks in some way. He knew her or something. But yeah, and Elvis got the co-credit of it, even though he really didn't write the song. And from what I understand, the idea came from an article, a news article, maybe somebody committing suicide or something. I can't remember exactly, but yeah. So I chose Heartbreak Hotel. It's Elvis's first single. Odd choice, but worked, and it was a very good song. So Heartbreak Hotel. Next, I kind of cheated on this one. It's a double A side. It was probably his biggest single of the 1950s. And that was Hound Dog with Don't Be Cruel. Sold 6 million copies. Just a great double A side. probably hit the world by storm. Huge hit. And one of my favorite, and I want to do a list of favorite live/TV performances, like visual stuff or live stuff of, I want to do a favorite live list of Elvis. And Hound Dog would be on it with the Milton Berle show. Because I feel like that was, more controversial, of course, than Ed Sullivan. Because I think that Hound Dog performance made everyone try to tone Elvis down, like on the Steve Allen show, and especially on the Ed Sullivan show when they filmed him from the waist up. And sort of kind of with Steve Allen. But yeah, so the next one was, this is kind of a little cheat, Hound Dog with Don't Be Cruel. Okay? And I cheat on the 60s too. We'll get there. Alright, next. Love Me Tender. Good little ballady song. First song, or first title of his first movie. Love Me Tender. And this was a huge single too. The big thing was, I can't remember if it was the EP or the 45 single, but there was a huge pre-order of, back in the day, of this song or EP. But yeah, Love Me Tender. I'm using this as a visual. It's kind of hard for me to pick songs from the 50s. I didn't want to pick too many soundtrack songs. It's easy to. And I do want to make a separate list for soundtracks, top 10 list for soundtracks for the 60s, because, it consists of many soundtracks in the 60s. But I decided to use the visual Loving You for the song Mean Woman Blues. I don't know. I was trying to choose between that and the Loving You, the song, or Lonesome Cowboy. But I chose Mean Woman Blues only because I didn't know which one to pick. So this is my FTD of Loving You. So yeah. Alright, what's the next one I got? Jailhouse Rock. Jailhouse Rock, probably his most rocking song in the 1950s. Great movie also. Just love Jailhouse Rock. Can never get old. If a lot of people do not know Elvis songs of the 50s, they do know like Hound Dog, of course. And I think the next one would be Jailhouse Rock. When I was at a wedding, usually this song comes up in a wedding. And people are like, oh, Johnny, get out on the floor and dance. I like going to weddings, they're fun. But anyways, so I chose Jailhouse Rock. And the last one of the 50s, I chose this side of Fools Such As I. It's like a little mid-tempo rocker type of thing. I like it. Good arrangement, good stuff. Fools Such As I. Alright, so now we're going to flip the page. And we're going to do the songs of the 1960s, my top 10 list of the 1960s. So here we go. This was fairly easy. The thing about the 1960s I based them off of a lot of was Elvis's vocal performance. His vocal performances got better in the 60s. I feel like after he came back from the army, it's almost like he matured. And his vocal performances were amazing in the 60s. So a lot of them have something to do with that. But anyway, so let's get started. Again, I cheated a little bit. It was, to me, it's like a double A side, but it really wasn't. But I guess it would be Stuck on You first before the other song. But I guess I chose Stuck on You with Fame and Fortune. First single back from the army. I think it was a good first single. Stuck on You is very good. Very good song. It's I enjoyed it. So Stuck on You. Alright, these next two songs were based off Italian songs. And I'm Italian. But they were just good songs anyways. It really doesn't have nothing to do with me being Italian. But I'm proud of my background. But the first one is It's Now or Never, which is really the song O Sole Mio, based off that song. So It's Now or Never is one of my favorites, and it's a great vocal performance from Elvis, especially the ending. So It's Now or Never. And I like the version from Mario Lanza also, and even earlier than that, I wish I bought it. I saw a one-sided 78 from 1912 of Enrique Caruso, which actually, funny part is that Mario Lanza, if you watch classic movies, he was in the biopic of the great Caruso about the life of him. But yeah, so It's Now or Never. It's been covered by a lot of like tenors out there, like those guys I just mentioned. But yeah, It's Now or Never. And the other Italian song, which I can't remember the original title that this song is based off of. I want to say it's called Return to Sorrento. I'm not sure. But the song is Surrender. Great vocal performance. I like the opening of it. It almost sounds like James Bond. It's just like din 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 din. I don't know. It's really cool. But Surrender. Love that song. This one. Next one is Devil in Disguise. Really enjoyed the song. It's just to me a very fun and good song to, dance to, I guess. Very good song. So I love Devil in Disguise. One of my personal favorites also, Such a Night. I like Such a Night. Good song from the 1960s sessions when Elvis came back from the army. What else we got? We got Kiss Me Quick. Very good song. Right there. I love that song. Don't have much to say about that though. Okay, these next two songs are from the... Wait, actually let me do this one first, because I'm kind of doing them in order. This is probably my favorite ballad of Elvis in the 1960s. I feel like a lot of people forget about this song, but it's one of my favorite Elvis songs. And that song is... let me flip it on this side. Is the song Indescribably Blue. I just really love that song. There's just something about it, the feel of it. Just really enjoyed it. And of course, a great vocal performance from Elvis. And this is around the time, this is recorded in about 1966, where I think Elvis felt like he was lost. I think he was trying to find a new style. He was lost from, the psychedelic rock and all those rock bands that came in during like 64 and, the mid 60s and everything. So, and Elvis was really on the back burner for a lot of people because he was lost in those damn movies. But this is one of the songs he recorded I feel like a lot of people forget about. A lot of people forget about, I think, those mid-60s songs, like from 66 and 67. But that is one of my favorites. Indescribably Blue. So, let me put that back. Okay. And the last two songs in the 60s are both from the 1969 sessions. It's very hard not to pick all songs from 69 because... And... Actually, never mind. One of them is from 68. But it is very hard not to pick songs from 1969. But that to me is, and I think a lot of people would agree, some of the greatest music he recorded in his lifetime during his career. All right, but the first song is If I Can Dream. He used it to close the 68 comeback special, of course. And it's just a great message song. And you know what? And sadly, it's still relatable to today with stuff that goes on in the world. This song was really a... what do you call it? An item of its time, I guess, with the stuff that went on. There was a lot of stuff that went on in 1968. The assassination of MLK. I want to say Robert Kennedy got assassinated too. But all these people and just all the stuff that was going on at the time. It was just crazy. But like I said, this song is still very relatable with, the whole... I feel like there's a lot of division in the country right now with the black and white crap, which really pisses me off. I don't see color. I don't see. I don't put races in a box. I don't judge people by their color of their skin. You're supposed to judge them by their character. And so I think this song is very relatable for today. If I Can Dream. It's crazy how a song from 50 years ago. It's still relatable. And this is another good song. This is from 1969 sessions. In the Ghetto. In the Ghetto is a great song. It's just something about it. It was very different for Elvis. I guess at the time it was like controversial. A lot of people were afraid to touch this song. And this song was offered to many other artists. But Elvis decided to take it on. I know one of them most notably was Sammy Davis Jr. That's the one I know that was offered this song. And fun fact, there was a remix. I don't know if you guys remember. In about 2007 there was this special on ABC or NBC or something about him in Las Vegas. There's a rap group called 3 6 Mafia. And they sampled it, this song, In the Ghetto. The way they used the beat was amazing. I like rap music too. And they used that in the special. I wish they would release like a full-blown version of that song. But you can find it on YouTube. Just put in Elvis or maybe 3 6 Mafia In the Ghetto. It's like the first one or two videos. There's a second one that has Gorilla Zoe in it and DJ Unk. I think it's not that one. Just press the first one. But I just wish they would come out with a full-length version of that song and release it officially somewhere. Because I thought it was great, but she never heard Elvis's songs sampled in rap music. So I thought that was very cool. So my last song of the 60s I chose is In the Ghetto. And Any Day Now ain't too bad. It's a hell lot better than Running Millsaps, I'll tell you that. Okay. So now we're in the 70s. The 70s, okay, before I get started with it, I just want to say, the 70s, I didn't really appreciate Elvis's 1970s music. I will say until like about 5 or 6 years ago, much later for some reason. I don't know why. But there's a lot of songs in here that I can relate to personally. I have personal memories for. And I'm not going to go like all sappy like on you guys, but I'm probably going to tell little stories that I have that I can relate to with these songs, or they were just remind me of a memory of some people that I knew in the past. So let's get started. Well, one of my favorite songs is Kentucky Rain. Just love that song. Just great feel, great vibe. Love Kentucky Rain. Good song. Put that there. I should put them over here. The Wonder of You. The Wonder of You, awesome song. The reason why I like this song, I have my daughter and I have nephews. They all know this song. I have this little, I think I told the story, I have a little magnet on the fridge. You press it, it plays The Wonder of You. And I remember my nephew, he's 14 now. When he was a baby, he always pressed it and sung the song. And my daughter did the same thing. And she's 10. Almost 10. So, and they know this song by heart. So, it's kind of funny. But it is a good song. The Wonder of You. Alright. I'm going to go out of order in a minute, though. But I like the song It's Only Love. Very good feel. Good song. And the sound of You're Crying bad, but I really put It's Only Love on the list. Okay? Okay. There's a story behind this song for me. Separate Ways. I can relate to this song because I'm not trying to put my personal life out there, but I'm comfortable. I like to share my experiences, but Separate Ways. I have a daughter, as y'all maybe seen her on one of my other videos. Me and her mother are not together, which is, it happens. What are you going to do? And this song is very relatable. So I do have a daughter. I can just relate to this song because I do wish the best for her, and I would hope she wishes the best for me. And but we still have a daughter to raise. Still have to do some co-parenting, people. So Separate Ways, very good song, and Always on My Mind ain't bad. The Willie Nelson song. All right, Burning Love. Burning Love, this is really like the last hit of Elvis that really made an impact on the charts like that. Like I said before, it made number 2. The song that stopped it from being number 1, which is so crazy, but it is a funny song too, was Chuck Berry's My Ding-A-Ling. So I just think it's so funny that beat this song. But yeah. Really, and plus really his last of his real rockin' songs of Elvis. Burning Love. And it's a shame he didn't play it in concert a lot. I don't think he did. He just had like the same set list in the 70s for the most part. Alright. I'm trying to pick out the songs. Okay. Let me go back to this. I'm using this as a visual. Elvis Country. There's a song on here called Tomorrow Never Comes. I love that song. Great vocal performance of his. I just like how his vocal just builds up in each verse. It's just crazy. Good vocal performance of Elvis. Tomorrow Never Comes. But this is just a great album in general. I think a lot of people would agree. And it's true. Somebody mentioned on here, when the hell are they going to release this on Friday Music for the fans? I don't know. I mean, I don't collect Friday Music, but I feel you guys on that, being pissed off about it. A few people mentioned it. Yeah, so get the hell on it, Friday Music. Damn. What else do we got? Okay. I think I'll just skip and do this song real quick. The song I want to do is I've Got to Think About You, Baby. Like that song. I was in a relationship with somebody. It developed very quick. It was a beautiful thing. But under certain circumstances, we could not be together. But that was my song to her. And a couple other songs. Like there was a Garth Brooks song. And it was a Prince song. But that was my song to her. And she presented everything I wanted in a relationship. But like I said, under certain circumstances, we could not be together. But it's still a good song. Love that song. So I've Got to Think About Your Baby is for me. All right, these next 3 songs, There's a story behind them. For me, it was another serious relationship I was in. Actually, probably the most serious one in my life. I was with this girl for 5 years. And she was a songwriter, too. She was part of a publishing company. And we fed off each other's music. We always liked each other's music. Like, she was big into Beyonce and Rihanna and all these different R&B singers, which I love R&B, too. And she liked the stuff that I liked. Like, we appreciate each other's interests in music. Because we were both, like, I think musically entwined together as far as that goes. And these were my favorite songs and our favorite songs. And they're still my favorites. So every time I think these songs, I always think of that person. Not like, way. But I'm not going to lie. That relationship took a little toll on me. It took me a little while to bounce back. Because I really thought that was it for me. And it wasn't. So, you know, sometimes life throws you a curveball. And it happens. What are you going to do? So those 3 songs are... the first one I guess I'll show is My Boy. Just a very good vocal performance. I just remember me and her always breaking in the song. To the song My Boy. I don't know. Just a good vocal performance. And good undubbed version of that song. So I love the song My Boy. And I feel like these 3 songs, actually 2 out of the 3 are really underrated. I think people forget about them. They just think of the big ones of the 70s. Another one was Hurt. Another one was Hurt that I enjoyed very much. Because I think the way Elvis was hurt. By this time, I think he hit an all-time low in his life. I think he was unhappy with a lot of things. And just tired. That's what I really do believe of him. But Hurt was another one. And this could arguably be my favorite 1970s song. And that song was, a lot of people forget about this song. Oh my God, it's so long, this video. If You Talk in Your Sleep. I love that song. There's just something about it. The strings, the vocal performance, of the arrangement of it. Good song and good undubbed version. And when you listen to the undubbed version of this, it sounds like just like a slow groove jam type of thing. It's really great. If you have a chance to listen to it, listen to it. But this is a song that me and that person really enjoyed very much together. And we had like this funny thing we did during the song with the strings. When it goes dun, 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 like with the strings. Like walking every night here in the shadows. Dun, 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 dun. Like, we used to just act stupid in the car. But yeah, If You Talk in Your Sleep was another favorite of mine. But you know what? That is it. That is my top 10 list of Elvis songs for each decade. So yes, I cheated. I'm sorry. I had to cheat. Sorry, baby. But that's it. And that's for you. That's for my subscriber, Remember the King. Hope you enjoyed it. And that's it. So I will see you all later. Bye.